Two of our digital reading lessons. Today we are focusing on nonfiction text structures, and we will be assessing this on Wednesday. This should be a review from Unit 2 as well as a review from last week. So think back to last Monday. You reread the article, The Road to Revolution. Can you remember what the overall text structure was for this article and how you knew? Try to remember. Or pause the video and go back to your work. So this was a cause and effect text structure. So even the title gives us some insight right away to what the text structure would be. The road are the taxes the British put on the American colonists, and these are the causes. The revolution is the colonial revolt against the British taxes and the effect. So the road is the cause and the revolution is the effect. Learning target today. I can determine the text structure of a nonfiction text. To be successful, students will read a nonfiction text about the Titanic and identify the text structure for each paragraph of the text. Students will also answer 3 text-dependent questions about the article they read. Remember, we are talking about 5 different types of nonfiction text structures: description, chronological or sequence, cause and effect, compare and contrast, and problem and solution. The 5 graphic organizers at the bottom represent ways you could take notes if you are reading an article that's written in description, or chronological, or cause and effect, compare and contrast, or problem and solution. Here we have a familiar anchor chart with signal words and visuals to match note-taking. Remember, for us, sequence and order is the same as chronological. So we are going to talk about, with my example, a text on tornadoes. So this particular text has 3 paragraphs. Paragraph A, forming fast. Paragraph B, super strength studies, and paragraph C, taking cover from tornadoes. I want to think about the text structure for each of these paragraphs. As we get into more dense and complex nonfiction texts, these will often have multiple text structures. Let's take a look at the first paragraph, forming fast. This paragraph uses a cause and effect text structure. I know this because there are 2 different types of wind speeds that cause a funnel cloud. When the funnel cloud gets caught in a large supercell, it causes the funnel to touch down and become a tornado. And this paragraph also lists a variety of causes, with the effect being the creation of a tornado. Paragraph B is a description paragraph. I know this because the paragraph describes how the Fujita scale is used, how it works, and how it is created. It's describing something. It's a description text structure. Paragraph C, taking cover from tornadoes, is a problem and solution text structure. This paragraph identifies the problem of a tornado touching down and gives solutions to stay safe during this natural disaster. Feel free to go back and pause the video on any of these screens, or look at the PDF of the slides that I have shared with you so that you can dig deeper and review these types of nonfiction text structures. After we've identified the text structure for these 3 paragraphs, we're going to answer 3 text-dependent questions. So if you look down in the bottom right-hand corner where it says extra, extra, think all about it, we've already done step 1. Step 2, 3, and 4 are these text-dependent questions, and we're going to answer those together. Remember, when you are answering text-dependent questions or any questions about reading, you need to wrap. Restate the question in your answer the question, and provide text evidence. So on the right-hand side, I broke apart question 1 into A, B, and C, where I identified the text structure for each of those paragraphs. And then question 2, I restated the question in my answer. Tetsuya Fujita created the scale we use to measure the strength of tornadoes. Question 3, a funnel cloud is formed when the column of air gets caught in a large thunderstorm called a supercell. Question 4, In an area that has been struck by an F5 tornado, you might see total destruction since this is the strongest tornado on the scale. Your work today is to read this 3-paragraph nonfiction text, Titanic, Her Story, and Her History, and then identify the text structure for each of the 3 paragraphs and answer the 3 text-dependent questions. You have a PDF of this article available to you, and depending on your homeroom teacher, you might be asked to type your answers into a Google Doc for easier sharing. You've got this. Good luck. We'll check our answers tomorrow.